Open Google Earth right now, type in these coordinates, and prepare to question everything. 6 locations that shouldn't exist, 6 mysteries hiding in plain sight. Let's dive in. Fact number 1. The murder that broke the internet. Almere, Netherlands. 52 degrees, 22 minutes, 13 seconds north, 5 degrees, 11 minutes, 34 seconds east. Type those coordinates. Look at your screen. Tell me that's not a murder scene. Dark crimson pooling on weathered wood. Human silhouette dragging something heavy toward the water. A blood trail glistening in satellite sunlight. When this image surfaced, the internet detonated. Reddit detectives assembled. Twitter erupted. Everyone was convinced Google Earth had photographed an active homicide. The details sold it completely. You could distinguish the figure's posture. The liquid looked exactly like fresh blood. The drag marks told a complete story. Struggle, death, disposal. Police investigated. News outlets scrambled. The world held its breath. The answer? A golden retriever jumped in the lake, climbed onto the pier, and shook. Oh, muddy water. That corpse you're seeing, dog, that blood, rusty lake water. Here's why this matters. I just told you it's a wet dog. You know it's a wet dog, and you're still looking at a murder scene. Your brain refuses to unsee what it constructed. This is pareidolia weaponized our survival instinct to detect danger backfiring spectacularly. The truly disturbing thing isn't the fake murder. It's discovering how easily our perception betrays us. Fact number 2, where the dead outnumber the living. Nagoro Village, Japan. Open street view. Navigate slowly. Nagoro faced Japan's depopulation crisis. Young people fled to cities, elderly residents died, the village was dying. One woman, Tsukimi Ayano, had a die-errant idea. She built life-size dolls, over 300 of them, each one meticulously crafted to represent a former resident. And she positioned them exactly where they'd be if they were still alive. Dolls fishing by the river, dolls waiting at bus stops for routes that stopped running, dolls sitting in abandoned classrooms, dolls on porches, in gardens, at intersections, frozen in everyday activities. Current living population, 27 humans. The dolls outnumber the living more than 10 to 1. Click through Street View. Watch those glass eyes track you through empty streets. Notice the real clothing weathering on their bodies. See how they're positioned in conversations with each other. Forever mid-sentence. These aren't art installations. They're grief given physical form. Monuments to absence. Now here's the part that shatters everything. Real families still live there. 27 people conducting normal lives surrounded by 300 silent witnesses. Imagine walking your child to school past 30 motionless figures watching from windows. Imagine buying groceries while dolls that look exactly like your dead grandmother stare from the street corner. Nagoro isn't abandoned. It's occupied by 2 populations, one living, one preserved, and the dead vastly outnumber the living. Beautiful, haunting, absolutely soul-destroying. Fact number 3, the message from ancient skies. Atacama Desert, Chile. 19 degrees, 56 minutes, 56 seconds south, 69 degrees, 37 minutes, 59 seconds west. Zoom out. Keep going. Further. There. The Atacama Giant. 390 feet of ancient mystery carved into desert floor. Largest prehistoric anthropomorphic geoglyph on Earth. Created around 1000 CE. Except there's a problem nobody wants to address. They designed it to be seen from the sky. No airplanes in 1000 CE. No drones. No satellites. Standing next to it, you'd see scattered rocks and shallow trenches. Meaningless. Only from thousands of feet up does the figure emerge. So why build it? They invested enormous resources, months or years of labor creating something they'd never witnessed themselves. The scale is deliberately incomprehensible from human perspective. Who was this meant for? Right now, viewing it on Google Earth, you're fulfilling its exact design purpose. You're the aerial observer it was created for. This implies knowledge, awareness of a perspective that shouldn't exist in their technological reality. It's deliberate communication with whoever watches from above. And here's what keeps me awake. It worked. 1,000 years later, we're up here, looking down, receiving their message exactly as designed. They knew. Somehow they knew we'd be here. Fact number 4, the lake that shouldn't exist. Iraq. 33 degrees, 23 minutes, 31 seconds north, 44 degrees, 23 minutes, 52 seconds east. Pull up those coordinates. You're looking at water near Sadr City. Except it's not watercolored, it's blood red, deep uniform, impossible crimson. Not reddish, not rust-tinted, blood red, like something from Revelation. The satellite image is viscerally disturbing. A body of water the color of a fresh wound, captured from space, sitting in a region already soaked in decades of violence. Theories exploded immediately. Slaughterhouse runo, industrial pollution, toxic algae blooms, and darker possibilities. Supernatural phenomena, biblical omens, ancient curses manifesting. Here's the genuinely terrifying part. There's no definitive answer. We can photograph craters on Mars. We've mapped the ocean floor. Yet we cannot conclusively explain why this lake is the color of blood. Various sources or maybes, possibles, perhaps is, nothing definitive, nothing that adequately accounts for the intensity and uniformity of that crimson. Is this industrial waste? A silent scream from an ecosystem poisoned beyond recovery? Or something that defies conventional explanation entirely? The absence of answers makes it worse. This isn't hidden in classified files. It's visible from space, documented, photographed, and still mysterious. The Blood Lake of Iraq remains an open question. Fact number 5. The island that never was South Pacific Ocean. 19 degrees, 13 minutes south, 159 degrees, 56 minutes east. Enter those coordinates. What do you see? Empty ocean, deep blue water, nothing else. For 136 years, this exact location appeared on official maps as Sandy Island, a landmass roughly Manhattan's size between Australia and New Caledonia. Google Maps showed it. Marine navigation charts marked it. Scientific databases listed it. For over a century, the entire world agreed. There's an island here. November 2012. Australian researchers sailed to the coordinates. Nothing. No island. No reef. Just ocean 4,500 feet deep. Sandy Island was deleted from every database within days. Erased like it never existed. But here's where reality gets genuinely unstable. How did a completely non-existent island appear on maps for over a century? First reference, 1876. Someone marked it. And for 136 years, every cartographer, every sailor, every pilot just believed it, never verified it. Was it a charting error? A hoax? A mass hallucination that became consensus reality? Nobody knows. What destroys me about Sandy Island? If we were catastrophically wrong about an entire island for over a century through satellites, GPS, and the digital age, what else are we wrong about? Fact number 6. The doorway at the end of the world Antarctica. 69 degrees 53 minutes 42 seconds south, 38 degrees 29 minutes 4 seconds east. Scan the white wasteland. Look carefully. There. A perfectly rectangular opening carved into ice. Too geometric, too precise, too deliberate. This entrance triggered every conspiracy theory humanity has ever conceived. Secret Nazi bases, lost civilizations, alien installations. The precision screams intelligence. Antarctica is Earth's last true mystery, largely unexplored, protected by international treaty. 98% ice covering secrets buried for millions of years. And satellite imagery shows what appears to be a massive artificial structure. What's behind an entrance like that? What requires that scale, that precision, that location, the most inhospitable place on the planet? Every geological explanation feels insufficient when you look at those right angles. Every conspiracy theory sounds like fiction until you remember we genuinely don't know what's under Antarctic ice. The doorway stands. The ice preserves it. We're left wondering what it protects, what it hides, what waits behind it, and nobody's going there. 6 coordinates. 6 impossible realities documented by satellites, accessible to anyone, and completely unexplained. Type them in. Verify everything yourself. We photographed distant galaxies, we've mapped Mars, yet we still have blood-red lakes we can't explain. Phantom islands on ocean charts, doorways in ice, ancient art for aerial observers, dolls replacing populations. Subscribe for more forbidden knowledge. Hit like if this changed how you see our planet. Thanks for watching. Don't trust the satellites.